As Prime Minister Keir Starmer continues to take Britain down a dark path, he keeps on blaming the previous governments for Britain's demise. The Tories had been disastrous for the past 14 years. But what Starmer and Labour have done to Britain in the past 18 months has made the Tories look like they did a great job. Until Starmer is willing to own up to the responsibility of the destruction he and the Labour Party have done to Britain in such a short period of time and begin to create policies that will allow the nation to grow, there is no way that the people will see them as a viable government that they can depend on in any way. Even with Starmer's last gasp of forcing Britain back into Europe, it will not make any significant change. If as a leader with a large majority you are unable to manage the nation on your own, you have no right to be in government. Heading back into the EU isn't a plan to save Britain. It's a plan to save Starmer after he's kicked out of office. Starmer said in his speech after Labour was decimated in the local elections, "Like every government, we have made mistakes. However, what he called mistakes are decisions that he strongly believes were good and are still good for Britain. Instead of changing those decisions, he's focused on doing it quicker with greater impact because he believes that whatever he's doing, the people think he's moving too slowly." Starmer and Labour's terrible policies are the cause of the chaos and demise in the Labour Party today. If as a leader you are unable to solve the problems, especially if you are a very big part of the problem, there's no way that you will be able to fix the problems in the nation. As we watched fear in the Prime Minister's eyes as he made his possibly final hold onto power speech as Labour was beaten resoundingly in the local elections, he kept on saying that he takes responsibility for the outcome. At the same time, he was not taking responsibility but putting the blame on the Tories. Starmer has had enough time to make changes since they took office. And yes, he has made changes, but they have made life significantly worse for the British people. Worse because of open borders. Worse because of higher energy costs arising from net zero. Higher taxes, and resulting worse because those net zero taxes have in turn caused businesses to shut down and unable to employ young people. There's nothing that Starmer said in his speech that would make anything better. His point is that he's doing his best, and the reason why people do not understand is that he's not going fast enough. Starmer in his speech was instead a man promising to change by giving the public worse instead of better. The absurdity of it could almost be laughable if Starmer wasn't so serious, holding out a bunch of thorns instead of roses. Starmer's speech was mostly the same, just saying that Labour must go further and faster on the bad policies that have made Britain worse than it has been under the Conservatives, who had created their own disastrous policies for Britain, leading to their demise as the last government. A government that goes against the constitutional vote of the people cannot be trusted. And this is exactly what Starmer is doing by forcing us back into the EU without a vote. Prosecution of the armed forces, WASPy women, winter fuel payments, the grooming gang scandal, net zero policy that is making us pay the most expensive prices for energy in the world, which affects businesses and households alike, are just a few of the terrible policy decisions that Starmer and Labour have made that have brought Britain to this place. Starmer himself said in 2020, "When you lose an election in a democracy, you deserve to. You don't look at the electorate and ask them, 'What were you thinking?' You look at yourself and ask, 'What were you doing?' As a leader, if you continue down a path where the majority of the people are dissatisfied and are saying the country is going in the wrong direction, you are bound to fail the country and eventually fail as a leader. Leaders who don't listen to their people usually make decisions that benefit themselves. You have to be a leader who does things in your power to benefit the people more than yourself. Only then you will receive and see the rewards. Borrowing more to pay for welfare instead of lowering taxes to increase business growth and funding defense are dangerous decisions. As a leader, you have to do what is in the best interest of the people and the nation, not just what you feel is best for yourself and your political party. We will watch Labour's next move, because a person in power this tone deaf, refusing to listen to party or people, cannot last much longer. Or will his party go down with their captain, who clearly cannot steer the nation's ship to safety? True leaders act as stewards, whose primary duty is to improve the lives, opportunities, and long-term strength of the people they serve. They choose decisions that deliver real results for the nation instead of clinging to power. Britain needs leaders who put service above their own survival in office. Choose servant leadership over power preservation. Support those who prove they will benefit the people more than themselves. Do you believe that Keir Starmer has been a good Prime Minister? Leave your thoughts in the comments. If you have benefited in any way from this video, please subscribe, like, share, and be sure to leave us a comment.